What if the man whose life you saved sold yours for cash? This isn't just a story about betrayal, it's about how trust can be traded like currency, and what it costs when you realize you were the cheapest deal on the table. My name is Jason Miller, and the hardest lesson I ever learned is that loyalty doesn't always come back with change. I grew up with Chris, the kind of friend you call brother even though blood says otherwise. We scraped our knees on the same streets, shared the same beat-up Nintendo, and took turns lying to each other's parents when we stayed out too late. When we were 17, I pulled him out of a river after he slipped on the rocks. He was gasping, waterlogged, and I thought I'd lose him. Afterward, he told everyone I'd saved his life. I didn't think much of it, it's what you do for a brother. We carried that bond into adulthood. When I joined a small construction firm, I got Chris a job there too. He was quick with people, smoother than me. Where I handled the grunt work, he handled conversations. For years I thought we were a team. That illusion broke when a big contract came up, a government bid worth millions. Our boss trusted me with the groundwork, organizing crews, safety protocols, supply chains. Chris was meant to grease the wheels with officials, to help us land it. One night, I found him in the office late, whispering on the phone. I didn't listen at first. Everyone hustles before deadlines. But then I saw the paperwork on his desk. Our paperwork, copied, stamped, signed under a new company name. His name. At first I thought it was a prank. A joke. But the truth is rarely funny. A week later, the bid went public. The winning company? Sullivan and Hayes Construction. A new LLC. Owner, Christopher Hayes. He hadn't just undercut us, he'd used every detail of our bid. The plans I'd drawn. The schedules I'd refined. He'd sold our work to the competition for a payout and written himself into the credits. When I confronted him, he didn't deny it. He just looked at me with tired eyes and said, "Jay, it's business. Don't make it personal." I reminded him of the river. Of 17. Of every borrowed dollar, every couch he crashed on, every time I'd covered for him. And he said the sentence that broke me. "I didn't ask you to." The company I worked for took the hit hard. Layoffs followed. I barely kept my job. My reputation was dented. People whispered I hadn't protected the bid, that maybe I'd even been involved. Chris disappeared into his new role, flush with cash and headlines. I thought about revenge. About lawsuits. But the lawyers told me the evidence was thin, the contracts airtight. So instead I sat with the kind of silence that feels like drowning. Months passed. Then came the news: Sullivan and Hayes collapsed. Shady deals, unpaid crews, a safety scandal that ended with lawsuits stacked higher than the buildings they tried to erect. Chris vanished again, this time not into wealth but into hiding. People asked if I felt vindicated. I didn't. Watching someone burn down the house you once built together doesn't feel like justice. It just feels like smoke in your lungs. I'm still in construction. Smaller projects now, slower growth, but clean work. The kind where my name is signed on paper I actually own. And Chris? I don't know. Maybe he's starting over somewhere else, spinning stories, finding another partner to save him before he sells them too. What I do know is this: you can save someone from drowning, but you can't teach them not to push you under when the money's on the line. If you like this story, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new and interesting ones.